Assalamu alaikum everybody, this is Jawahar Alvi again, Juhi, and I have brought to you again PRT, Pivotal Response Treatments for Children with Autism. This is one of the technique that was done by Kugel and Kugel, and I've been talking about it in my last series, and where I left off in my last in my last lecture was the preschool. And so today I have brought about elementary school. So now, in the previous talks, we talked about, how when the child is in the home setting, you're working with them on the core strengths and the core deficits. And then in the preschool setting, we talked about it, how we shift the attention from the adult to the peer. Now we're going to go towards elementary school, right? So once a child goes to elementary school, how is it that the pivotal response treatment goes along into that category, right? Now, in order to go into that category, what do we do, right? So when a child is going into the elementary, what we see is that the social communication skills, they do continue to develop, because that is something that a child is going to develop anyways as they are growing older. The more support they are getting with ABA, the more support they are getting with any kind of therapeutic services, the more the child is going to be advancing their social, emotional, and communication skills, social communication skills, right? So with the passage of time, what we are going to see is that the responsivity, the initiations, and the social conversations, they are going to become increasingly sophisticated as children consistently interact with family members and school personnel, right? So as a part of their repertoire building and working on those core deficits, what PRT does, these responsivity, these initiations, these social conversations, they're going to become better, right? Because that's what we are working on since when the child is younger. So since when the child is younger, we are working on the core deficits. But when the child comes to elementary, there is a shift, right? There is a change. What is the change? The change is very interesting. And the change is that when the child was younger, and when the child was in preschool, and when the child was in early elementary, preschool or home, what happened is that the child had more motivational things like, toys and activities. In elementary, other than kindergarten, right? Other than kindergarten, the child is not going to have access to all of those like toys and all of those activities or the colorful environment that was there before, right? So in elementary, the focus is going to be on the elementary curriculum. The elementary curriculum is the math, the reading, the writing, the spelling, the social studies, and all those things, right? So now, in order to build the child's repertoire, in order to be working on that curriculum, which is the curriculum of the classroom, we have to build a better collaboration between the team, which is a special education team, the parents, the home, and everything, right? Now we build that collaboration, as well as what we do is that we still keep on trying to modify their curriculum. We work in collaboration, and then we try to still build those motivations in the child. And how do we build those motivations in the child? We are trying still to work with the things that are there in the environment. And even though we don't have like those items available for them which were available in the preschool setting, in the nursery setting, in the home setting, we try to rearrange the environment for them. So how do we rearrange the environment for them? We make smaller groups for the kids to interact with the teacher or with the assistant teacher or whoever's helping the child. So we make smaller groups, and in those smaller groups, what we do is that we have so for example, they talk about rearranging the room in which they are going to have 3 or 4 kids in a smaller group working with the teacher. And therefore some simple arrangements are going to be good. It will be helpful to organize seating arrangement into small groups rather than rows, and grouping students into clusters of 4, for example, may increase the likelihood of peer interaction and supporting among the students. So we are making smaller groups, so learning is more individualized. Because the highly preferred toys and games are not commonly found in elementary school, Materials that are used have to be of many choices that will increase the interest of the children. Now, in the previous video that I talked about today, we talked about choice making. And the reason I talked about choice making was because I was coming to this part of PRT. In the environment of the child, we have to build a lot of choice making for the elementary school kids, which means that we have to start giving them a choice of the materials they use, which is the crayons, the markers, the pencils. We can give them a choice of the books they want to read. We can give them a choice of the materials they want to use. We can give them a choice of where they want to sit. So we have to build a lot of choice making in their environment so that they are in control of what they are going to choose to work with, because we want to build their reinforcement with choice of activity, choice of things they want to do. And secondly, what we want to do is that we have to do a major shift for typically developing children during elementary school years. And that major shift for typically developing children is increased attention to academics. And this is our goal for our special needs kids also. So we have to teach interactions in PRT model during elementary school years. We have to guide them for additional focus on embedding the motivational procedures into the academic curriculum such that children with autism develop a wide range of academic skills. And so in order to do that, we have to make sure that we are able to give them more choices. We are incorporating more reinforcing task variations during the whole day. We are giving them more rewards. We are giving them verbal rewards. And we are also, able to give them some supplemental academic tasks. So these are the kind of things and modifications we can make them for the day. Now, reading is a core academic skill, right? So we have to focus a lot on reading for our kids. And so in that, what we can do is that we can give them choice of stuff that they want to read. And not only are we going to make them read the material that they have to read with their curriculum, we can also make them read anything across the environment, right? So any text that they have across the environment, we're going to make them read that. Labels of cookies, labels of things that they like, labeling everything throughout their environment, which is tacting. We're going to make them do that so that their reading repertoire is increasing or becoming better. When coloring, children can read the words that are printed on the box of markers, right? So make them read everything. Similar modifications can be done with writing and spelling. For example, children can write a letter to a friend or a postcard to a grandmother. Instead of copying printed words on a writing worksheet, they can choose the writing instrument of their choice, for example, the pencil, the marker, and write the title of the book they choose to read. In order to go to recess, children can first write a couple of sentences indicating with whom they are going to play and what they are going to do or going to play with. And during math class, what you can do is you can actually make them do addition, subtraction with chips, pretzels, cookies, or anything that they want. So basically in elementary, what we are doing is we're trying to build those opportunities for the child to learn in a way that they have control over their choice. And we're trying to shift their focus towards attention, more attention, right? So this is how we're going to work in the elementary years. Now we've done the home, we've done the preschool, we've done elementary. The next talk that I'm going to do with you guys is going to talk about middle school and high school. And then after that, we're going to go into more depth of it. So I hope this made sense to you. I wish you guys best of luck. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Have a wonderful day.